If you've been scrolling through endless listings of DTF printers, watching videos that all sound like this one will double your output, and still feel that knot in your stomach wondering whether the machine you pick will actually pay for itself, you're not alone. I've been there, comparing the hype of industrial speed against the reality of daily shop floor hassles, and I know how easy it is to end up with a printer that looks great on paper, but ends up costing you time and money. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk through the Procolored F13 Pro A3 Plus DTF printer, break down what the specs really mean for a small to mid-size apparel business, and help you decide if it belongs in your production line or if you should keep looking. First off, let's talk about the core promise of the F13 Pro. It's marketed as a 2x faster machine thanks to its dual-head XP600 printheads. In the DTF world, that translates to being able to finish a batch of shirts in roughly half the time you'd spend on a single head unit. If you're running a shop that needs to crank out 200 to 300 pieces a day for local schools, sports teams, or online merch, that speed can be a real game changer. However, speed isn't the whole picture. The machine's 12-channel color configuration promises deeper saturation, which is essential when you're dealing with vibrant logos or intricate artwork that needs that pop on cotton or polyester blends. In practice, that means fewer reprints because the colors look right the first time. Now, the first thing I looked into was the stable run claim. The Procolored site says the printhead can handle 50,000 inches of continuous printing before performance degrades. For most boutique operations, that equates to roughly 800 to 1,000 full-size prints before you'd need a major service. That's a solid number if you're planning to keep the printer running day after day without lengthy downtime. On the flip side, the machine's industrial-grade designation also brings a higher maintenance cadence. The dual XP600 heads require regular cleaning cycles, and the Siphon Gen 2 ink system, while efficient, can be a bit finicky if you're not used to monitoring ink levels and pressure. In the real world, owners have reported that the first few weeks feel smooth, but if you skip the weekly cleaning routine, you'll start seeing banding or color inconsistency, exactly the kind of issue that kills a production schedule. What about the footprint? The F13 Pro is an A3 Plus format printer, meaning you can handle larger print areas without needing a separate cutter for each piece. For a shop that prints full-sized graphics on tote bags, hoodies, or even larger promotional fabrics, that extra width reduces the number of passes you need, saving both time and ink. If your primary output is standard t-shirts with centered designs, you may never use the full width, and the larger chassis could feel a bit bulky in a cramped workspace. That's a trade-off you have to weigh. Do you need the extra size now, or are you buying future capacity you might never tap? One of the biggest concerns for anyone stepping into DTF is color consistency across runs. The Procolored's 12-channel system does a respectable job of hitting deep reds and blues, but the truth is you'll still need to calibrate your workflow. The machine comes with built-in software, but many users end up pairing it with third-party RIPs for finer control. If you're comfortable tweaking color profiles, you'll extract that maximum saturation the brand advertises. If you're looking for a plug-and-play, just print and go experience, you might find yourself spending extra hours fine-tuning before you're happy with the output. Let's talk cost. The upfront price of the F13 Pro sits in the mid to high range for DTF printers that claim industrial throughput. It's not cheap, but the 2x faster label suggests you'll recoup that investment quicker than a slower machine, assuming you fill that capacity. For a shop that's already booked orders or has a pipeline of custom merch for events, the ability to double daily output can translate directly into higher revenue. However, the 3.5-star rating from 47 Amazon reviews tells a more nuanced story. Some buyers love the speed boost, while others flag the learning curve with the dual-head maintenance and occasional ink flow hiccups. In other words, the value proposition hinges on how well you can integrate the printer into an existing workflow that includes regular upkeep. Who should buy the Procolored F13 Pro? If you're a small to mid-sized business that already prints at least a few hundred pieces per week, has someone on staff who can handle routine head cleaning, and you need that extra width for larger graphics, this machine lines up nicely. It also makes sense for a startup that expects rapid order volume growth. The speed and color depth give you a competitive edge early on. On the other side, if you're a hobbyist, a single designer studio, or a shop that only does occasional custom prints, the extra hardware and maintenance overhead may outweigh the